Most people know the phrase, 8 glasses of water every day. But that number was never meant as a universal law for everyone. Your body is not a bucket. It is a changing system. Hydration needs shift with size, climate, food, activity, and health. Some people need more water, while others already drink enough daily. The real story began as a simple idea, not a prescription. That shortcut was easier to remember than the science behind it. Over time, repetition turned a rough suggestion into a rigid rule. Many people now fear thirst, even when their bodies are fine. Others drink constantly, believing more water always means better health. That is why context matters more than any single hydration slogan ever alone. Water balance is about enough, not endless overdrinking every hour. Your kidneys act like careful filters, adjusting fluid minute by minute. They save water when you are low and release it when needed efficiently. Your brain also helps by creating thirst before trouble starts. That means thirst is a useful signal, not a failure. Food matters too, because soups, fruits, and vegetables contain water. Coffee, tea, and milk also add fluid to your daily intake. So the 8 glasses rule ignores what you actually eat and drink. Exercise changes the picture because sweating can quickly raise needs. Hot weather matters as well since heat increases fluid loss too. When humidity rises, your body may sweat less efficiently and harder. At altitude, breathing faster can also increase water loss in thin air. Illness can raise needs too, especially fever, vomiting, or diarrhea. Yet many people still use one fixed number for all situations. That is where confusion starts, because bodies do not follow slogans. Science looks at patterns, not slogans, and patterns are more useful. Researchers study intake, output, urine color, and real-world hydration risks. They also ask whether people perform better, think clearly, and feel better overall. Sometimes the answer is a little less or a little more than expected. The goal is not perfection, it is steady, flexible balance every day. Hydration is personal, but the basic principles are surprisingly simple. First, match fluid needs to your body size and daily activity. Second, replace extra losses from heat, sweat, illness, or long travel. Third, drink with meals and respond to thirst early before dehydration worsens. Fourth, watch for signs of underhydration or overhydration during illness or heat. In the next section, we will challenge the myth directly. We will uncover where 8 glasses came from in the first place, and we will separate a memorable rule from a useful recommendation. By the end, you will know how much water actually makes sense. Most hydration does not come only from a glass, it comes from meals today. Fruits, vegetables, soups, yogurt, and sauces quietly deliver water throughout the day daily. A crisp cucumber is mostly water, and so is a juicy orange, too. When you eat them, you absorb fluid along with minerals and fiber well. That makes food hydration slower, steadier, and often more satisfying than chugging indeed. Your stomach and intestines handle this water like a gradual refill system efficiently. They release fluid into the bloodstream as digestion moves forward, step by step. That is why a balanced meal can hydrate without looking like a drink. Coffee and tea also count, because their water still enters your body comfortably. Caffeine is not a dehydrating villain in normal amounts for most people typically. Research shows moderate coffee and tea contribute meaningfully to daily fluid intake today. Yes, they have caffeine, but they are still mostly water, fundamentally mostly. The body absorbs that water, then decides how much to keep or release. So the old fear that coffee always cancels hydration is overstated now. A morning tea can hydrate while also waking your brain and nerves gently. Milk counts too, bringing water, protein, and electrolytes into one package daily. Even a smoothie can be a fluid source depending on ingredients too. Soup is especially powerful because it combines water with salt and nutrients naturally. That salt helps your body hold some fluid instead of losing it sometimes. Food-based hydration often feels easier because it arrives with calories too daily. Those calories slow emptying, helping the body process fluid more gradually, steadily. That can support longer-lasting comfort, especially during busy or hot days well. Still, not every drink hydrates equally in every circumstance, so context matters here. Alcohol is different because it can increase fluid loss, not balance often. Very sugary drinks may provide water, yet they are not ideal choices instead. They can add calories quickly and may leave you thirstier later. Plain water remains the cleanest default for most daily situations, overall, today generally. But counting all fluids and fluid-rich foods gives a truer picture overall. A person eating soup, fruit, vegetables, and tea may need less today. Another person eating dry food and heat may need much more, usually routinely. That is why hydration is a total pattern, not a single number. The body does not care about slogans. It cares about delivered fluid. Your kidneys, brain, heart, and muscles all respond to that total constantly. When intake rises, urine often becomes paler and more frequent, usually noticeably. When intake drops, urine darkens, thirst rises, and fatigue can appear too. Those signals are more honest than any one-size-fits-all rule, honestly, strictly sometimes. Even salty meals can change how thirsty you feel afterward later, too. That is your body adjusting to maintain concentration and balance now naturally. Water works best when seen as part of a whole hydration ecosystem. Next, we will turn from hidden water to real warning signs today. Too much water can be dangerous because balance can tip surprisingly fast. That danger is called overhydration, and in severe cases, hyponatremia develops. Hyponatremia means sodium in blood becomes too diluted for normal function. Sodium helps nerves fire and muscles contract, so dilution matters greatly. When sodium falls, water shifts into cells, including brain cells, rapidly. That swelling can create confusion, headache, nausea, and dangerous seizures. At first, the signs may feel vague, like fatigue or bloating. People sometimes mistake those symptoms for being healthy or simply full. Drinking far beyond thirst during endurance exercise can trigger this problem. That is why marathon runners sometimes fear the finish line water table. Excess water without enough electrolytes can outpace the kidney's ability, under strain in the bloodstream. Your kidneys can excrete only so much water per hour safely. Push past that limit, and dilution begins rising inside the bloodstream in plasma. The brain is especially sensitive because swelling changes pressure inside suddenly. Symptoms can escalate from headache to vomiting, confusion, and drowsiness. Severe cases can cause collapse, coma, and medical emergency quickly indeed. Here, more water is not better. More balance is better for most people. Now flip to the other extreme. Dehydration starves the body and needs balance. When water intake falls, blood volume drops and circulation becomes harder. Your heart must work harder to keep organs supplied properly. That can cause dizziness, weakness, rapid pulse, and dry mouth. Urine usually turns darker as the kidneys conserve every drop carefully. Thirst rises, but thirst alone may not protect vulnerable people well. Older adults, children, and sick patients may miss the warning signals. Heat, fever, vomiting, diarrhea, and sweating accelerate this water loss fast. Severe dehydration can impair thinking, kidney function, and temperature control badly. Without enough fluid, blood becomes more concentrated and sluggish over time. Minerals may crystallize, contributing to kidney stones in some people later. Those stones can be intensely painful, especially when moving through kidneys. Pain may strike the side, back, or groin suddenly and sharply. Some people describe it as one of the worst pains imaginable. Dehydration does not just feel bad, It can become dangerous fast. That is why pale urine and steady intake matter daily. Not endless water, just enough to match your losses each day. Look for the middle path. Hydrated but not flooded, ever for balance. Your body wants stability, not extremes, from either direction at all. If you exercise hard, sweat heavily, or live hot conditions, adapt. Replace losses with fluid and electrolytes thoughtfully, without panic. And if you are sick, weak, or confused, seek help quickly. The real goal is safe balance, not heroic overdrinking. Your body already has a built-in hydration sensor, thirst, working automatically today. When water levels dip, the brain notices rising concentration in the blood daily. That signal becomes thirst, nudging you toward a drink before trouble starts naturally. Thirst is not weakness. It is a protective alarm for balance itself well. The warning often appears before serious dehydration has time to develop fully eventually. That is why waiting until you feel terrible is too late often, usually. Your eyes, tongue, and mouth can also reveal fluid shortage quickly there now. A dry mouth, sticky tongue, and headache often travel together first early on. Urine color gives another clue, often clearer than how thirsty you feel clearly. Healthy hydration usually means pale yellow urine, like soft lemonade shade daily. That pale yellow suggests enough water is circulating without excess strain today. Dark yellow, amber, or orange urine can signal growing dehydration inside today. The darker the color, the more concentrated the waste becomes in urine. If it turns brownish, seek help, because severe dehydration may be present. But color alone is not perfect, because vitamins and foods can change it. Still, for most people, pale yellow remains the safest everyday target overall. Your brain compares thirst, urine, heat, and activity to guide choices daily. This internal monitoring happens constantly, even when you are distracted or busy. That is why a simple sip can prevent a bigger problem later. The urge to drink may start with dry lips or mild fatigue. In heat, exercise, fever, or diarrhea, thirst usually becomes stronger faster today sometimes. That makes sense because your body is trying to protect circulation carefully daily. A useful rule is to notice your own baseline closely first daily too. Learn what pale yellow looks like for you on ordinary days first clearly. Then compare it when you sweat, travel, or get sick later again also. A clearer urine color usually means your kidneys are conserving less water overall. Darker urine usually means your kidneys are conserving more water right now again. That is a sign to rehydrate before fatigue deepens too much today further. The body prefers steady correction, not emergency overcompensation, in most cases here usually. If thirst is absent but urine is dark, do not ignore that either. Some people, especially older adults, lose thirst sensitivity with age gradually, sometimes silently. Others take medications that alter urine or fluid balance silently too sometimes. That is why symptoms and urine color should be read together always. One clue alone can mislead. Patterns tell the real story better overall. Pale yellow with normal energy usually suggests good everyday balance overall. Very dark urine, dizziness, and weakness point toward urgent fluid loss now. Urine that stays nearly clear all day may mean too much water. The best target is usually pale yellow, not colorless and not brown. That middle zone is your body saying keep going but stay aware. Next, we will turn these signals into a practical daily hydration map. Now you have the big picture. Hydration is flexible, personal, and practical daily. Not a superstition, not a number carved into stone, but a living balance. Start with thirst, then check activity, heat, illness, and your usual diet closely. On cool, quiet days, many people need less water than they expect sometimes. On hot, active, or sick days, most people need more, often much more. Your sweat rate matters because sweating removes water and electrolytes together, constantly naturally. If you are moving hard, replace losses steadily instead of waiting too long. Small, repeated sips often work better than giant chugs for comfort. Meals matter too, because fruit, soup, yogurt, and vegetables add hidden water too. Coffee and tea can count, so do not erase them from the total. The best daily cue is often pale yellow urine and steady energy well. Dark urine, dizziness, and dry mouth mean you should rehydrate sooner today often. Clear urine all day may mean you are drinking too much water instead. That is especially important if you are exercising hard or taking medicines. Older adults and children may not sense thirst as reliably every day silently. Sick people can lose fluid fast, so symptoms deserve faster attention now. If you have fever, vomiting, or diarrhea, replace fluid carefully and promptly carefully. If confusion, collapse, or severe weakness appears, seek medical help immediately right away. For endurance sports, match intake to sweat, weather, and duration intelligently. A sports drink may help when sweat losses and effort are high. But for most ordinary days, plain water plus meals is enough. Hot climates raise your fluid need because your body works harder cooling some days. Cold weather can still dehydrate you, especially indoors with dry air. Travel, altitude, and long work shifts can quietly increase fluid demand too. Listen to your body before headache, fatigue, or cramps become louder today. Check your urine color during the day, not only once in the morning. Use it as a trend, not a verdict, because context still matters. Balance means avoiding both dehydration and overhydration, with equal respect every day. Too little water strains kidneys and circulation, while too much dilutes sodium. That is why the goal is not maximum water, but appropriate water. Your body is speaking constantly through thirst, urine, energy, and comfort cues. Most of the time, it knows what it needs before panic starts. Trust the signals, then adjust with your environment and your activity level. Build the habit slowly. Sip with meals, carry water, and watch color. During heat waves, long exercise, or illness, increase attention, not fear overall. During calm days, do not force hydration beyond what your body asks. When in doubt, choose balance over obsession and consistency over extremes always. Hydration is not about proving discipline. It is about supporting physiology itself. A healthy body is not flooded or parched, it is well regulated. Remember that wisdom is reading the signs, then responding with care promptly.